Okay, so welcome back. I'm going to do another countdown in this video, and I want to use the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and our target number is going to be 16. Okay, so I really like these numbers. I don't know if you've noticed yet. I've used them quite frequently. The reason is that you can use them to make loads of numbers. So I wanted to just show you, give you some ideas of how I might approach this problem, and I'm going to give you some solutions, and then I'm going to give you another problem. So one way that you could go about doing this is thinking about the numbers that multiply together to give you 16. So we know that 4 times 4 is 16, okay? And I've got a 4. It's right there, okay? So often in mathematics, when you've got a problem and it seems quite complicated, what we try and do is strip it back and reduce it so that the problem is easier, and we try and solve an easier problem. So because I've got this 4, let me pretend that this 4 is the 4 from my list. Okay, so if I can make another 4 with the numbers that I have, I can multiply the two 4s together and get 16. So instead of trying to get 16 with the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, if I can make 4 with the numbers 1, 2, 3, and 5, then I can put that 4 in there and then use the 4 that I've already got to make 16. So this is a way of reducing the problem. So let's try and make 4, okay, and let's keep a track of the different ways that I can make 4. So I can do 3 plus 1, I can do 5 minus 1, I can do 3 plus 2 minus 1, I can do 5 minus 2 plus 1, I think I can do, what else can I do? I can do 5 plus 2 minus 3. And this one is really interesting, okay? So if you look at it, I haven't used the 1. So if I want, I could repeat exactly the same thing. So I could do 5 plus 2 minus 3, and then multiply that whole thing by 1, and I would still get 4. And 7, I'm just going to pop it on the end. I can use the 1 in a different way. If I do 5 plus 2 minus 3, then I can divide everything by 1 and still make 4. Okay, so that's 7 different ways of making a 4 that we're then going to multiply by the 4 that we've already got to make 16. Okay, we could also make 16 by doing 2 times 8. Okay, and if you notice, I've got a 2 in my list, so then if I'm going to use the 2 from my list, the problem would reduce to trying to make 8 with 1, 3, 4, and 5. And we try to make 8, because if we can make 8 with these numbers, then we can multiply it by the 2 that we've already got to make 16. So why don't you have a go at trying to see how many different ways you could make 8 with the numbers 1, 3, 4, and 5, and if you want to, then you can go back and see how many ways you can make 16 with 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. There are lots and lots of ways.